Good morning. It's Monday. I don't know which vlog this is in, so if it's a new vlog, welcome. If it's not, welcome. I'm gonna do a quick grocery haul. I'm also cooking some pasta for myself and the girls. Oh, and some chicken sausage. I need to put that up. Let me do that real quick. But I thought I would take you along with, well, not along, we're home, but we went and got a grocery haul. I'll show you guys what we got for the week. I'm planning on making, let me look at my little list, chickpea curry, taco bowls, potato soup, sloppy joes, and then we have a little bit of dirty rice left over. Okay, so as far as our groceries go this week, I got chicken sausage. Big thing of eggs. Trying to keep the girls occupied with a cracker right now. I randomly got myself this. It's a little sourdough. I also got one for someone else. I don't know if she watches my videos, so we'll wait and see. But isn't it so cute? So I got this for myself. I also got a bunch of stuff for their BASKETS, which I can show you. Stir, stir. Okay. Okay, it looks like they didn't fill our regular Siggy's order, so I'll probably have to get some midweek because yogurt is like the thing that the girls eat the most. Got a couple of those, some cottage cheese. This is actually from Target to have. Got some bacon I'm gonna make for the potato soup. Got some wild blueberries for a cake I'm gonna make Benjamin, and then some frozen corn. Ground beef, just because our order isn't coming in from the local farm until tomorrow, and it usually takes like a good day for any of it to thaw. Some celery, raspberries, onions, carrots, brown sugar. I love this salad. If you ever want like a good pre-made salad from Whole Foods, I usually get like 2 big salads out of that. This cookie butter, cookie dough, granola butter is life for me. Bananas have been huge for us here as snacks and just like lunch items. 2 bell peppers for sloppy joes. Do you like my revamped shirt? If you watch or listen to Akatar, read Akatar. 1 gigantic sweet potato. These, American cheese, some lemons, bread flour. Ivy is playing with 2 of the things. I got some teethers. Just these honestly are just easy snacks to give the girls. Please don't take them all out. Well, I guess you can. We can just put them back. This queso for taco bowl. Pretzels. We still have some hummus, so I got more pretzels. Half and half. I want to see if I can figure out how to use this in my coffee. Some whole milk for Poppy that I already opened. Unsweetened almond milk for a recipe. I think it's for the potato soup. Hello. 2% milk, ketchup. So that's everything that we got. I think I showed you. And now I'm going to get the girls and I some food. I need to put this stuff away. Kitty. Okay, kind of randomish lunch, but pasta with a specific sauce is like the only thing Ivy will eat. Her leftovers from breakfast sausage that she did not eat. Are you pooping? Cottage cheese for her. You already had one. We're not gonna open any more right now. Poppy, I just have pasta with like a little vegetable red sauce. Raspberries, cottage cheese. She doesn't really like cottage cheese, so we'll see. Also, should I be concerned that the guy at Target pickup knows my name? Like before he brings my order out? He's actually very nice. And I actually haven't done a Target pickup in a long time. I'm just like at that time of life where grocery pickup and stuff like that is just so much easier. I did get Poppy in a cart today, and she didn't freak out too much. She like doesn't love carts. I don't really know why. Ivy's always loved carts, whereas Poppy's like, why is this thing moving? So a lot of times I bring her stroller in if we go somewhere, and then Ivy just walks. Sometimes that's not possible. Like today I didn't have the stroller with me because I didn't have enough room in the trunk for all the stuff we needed. So I just had to like improvise, and we made the cart work, and she freaked out a little bit, but not too bad. So maybe she's getting better with that. Until she can like sit in the cart without me needing to comfort her, like a pickup is just easier. I can go grocery shopping with like Ivy and it's fairly simple. Like, yes, sometimes she like goes and does toddler things. With both of them, when I have Poppy screaming at me if she's in the cart, and then Ivy I can't like keep an eye on Ivy, that doing pickup right now is easier. Anyway, I got this cute little thing. I don't know if I showed it to you in one of the other vlogs. Currently we have salt in it. Super cute. I did wash it, don't worry, that's thrifted. Also thrifted this because obviously there's poppies on it. Now I will say not every poppy flower is considered equal. This is borderline for me. It's a little like too in your face poppy flower, you know? Like when I get a tattoo of poppies and ivy, I will want it much more chill, but I thought this was cute to put stuff in. Currently I don't have anything in it. And then we got this yesterday from Facebook Marketplace. Can you see it? So it's got ivy on it. It's like ivy, this cornmeal, I forget what it's called. We had been looking at this at the vintage store actually. We just don't need that many like pans right now. However, having a casserole dish would be very helpful. We were kind of on the lookout, so I saw this one on Facebook Marketplace and it's ivy. And it's very easy to find poppy stuff. Like I have a poppy cutting board and that poppy thing I just showed you. It's not like there's poppies on stuff. I have seen like poppy jewelry and things like that. It's harder to find ivy. I have botanical children names, so it's kind of fun having things like that. Last night was the last night that I will feed Poppy. So I kind of had like a little mentee bee about that and was crying a bunch. Bittersweet for sure. But
why were you crying last night?
Remember, I was sad that it was gonna be the last time that I fed Poppy. Yeah. I don't know that Poppy's aware of that news yet. I am getting the girls some breakfast ready. I have chicken sausage, raspberries, and then I made the batter for sourdough pancakes over the weekend, and Ben cooked them up, and it makes so many. I'll link the recipe down below. It's very good, but Ivy wanted sprinkles, so there's a couple sprinkles in these ones. They're still upstairs waking up, so I'm not gonna heat those until they come down. I also just made a little lunchbox for them to go to grandma's. Got this a Walla yesterday, 2 days ago. Did I tell you that? I like it. Okay, I'm also filming for TikTok, so if you see this weird little mic, that's why. But I have the girls' old baskets from last year, and I'm gonna see what I got and fill them up. First thing I got Ivy these sky pads and gloves. Cute. Ivy, she's also obsessed with my sun hat that I have. They had this one at Target. It was $12. Okay, for Ivy. Okay, got this cute little blueberry for Pops as well. Got this for Poppy. Gonna break it up a little bit. The last random thing I technically got for Ivy, but for both of them, is this like Nerf Flam basketball hoop. So I know to make these cute, you should probably put like grass or something in them, but no, I have this little blueberry. That's her little basket. Cute. It's kind of cute. And then this maybe I'll just put behind. Just simple baskets, things that they will actually use that won't clutter up my house. I have a weird position, but I completely forgot to film today. This week it's Wednesday, it's 4/18. I'm currently editing a couple of like short form content. You can see the cake broke, so I made like a cake casserole, a cake roll, if you will. I made potato soup earlier today for us to have for dinner tonight, so I need to like heat that up, and then I'm gonna make bacon to put on top of it. I got a helper this morning, but I'm gonna try to make a couple sourdough. If they both turn out, I'll give one to like a neighbor or something. But they got a good rise. Great. Look at this girl. Whoa. Okay. And this side. And then I'll go like, and then we'll wrap her in there.
But I was gonna
Oh,
do this.
well, I'm using it. Can you do this instead? Good morning. It's officially 9:30. I have my first sourdough in the oven. I'm making 2 today just because I had a lot of sourdough starter, honestly, and I didn't want it to go to waste. Probably bring one to one of our neighbors here. Otherwise, I might also bring either one or half of one to my in-laws slash sister-in-law because Benjamin is taking a break from gluten for a little bit to see if it like helps how he's been feeling. But I actually got a very nice slash good question about going to Raleigh. So it says, it's from Sarah, curious about whether Raleigh still spoke to you in the way it used to, or did it feel different? Anyways, I have a second while the girls are playing downstairs. Great question. Raleigh. There were parts that felt very validating and just normal. Like I kept telling my sister-in-law, it just feels normal. It feels like I still live here. Like especially when we were in Wake Forest, driving from the airport to Wake Forest was beautiful, and it was like this area that I like love, and it's so wooded and green and beautiful, and like getting off of the airplane and going outside and the air just smells fresh and clean and warm. It was immediately wonderful. I just felt normal, like it felt normal to me to be there. We went to Wake Forest, we had breakfast, we went to Wake Forest Coffee Company and just sat outside for like 40 minutes, maybe an hour. And it was just like such a good day. I was very much like trying not to cry when we were driving because I was just like so grateful to be there. However, I was like very out of it too. We had been up since like 3 a.m. and you know, flying makes me anxious and stuff. So we were pretty exhausted. So the next day, I feel like Sunday was really the only full day we had in the Raleigh area. Funny, I put up a post on TikTok and like triggered some people because I said I was in Raleigh, but I wasn't. And she was like, Wake Forest is not the same as Raleigh, and Raleigh is not the same as Rollsville and like Youngsville and all this stuff. And I was like, I know, chill. Anyways, yeah, the next morning we drove up to Youngsville, which is where we almost bought a house actually last year. And so I went and looked at the house because I actually never saw it in person, just to like see it. And I'm just so glad that that didn't go through. The house itself is great, but the neighborhood is just like not it for me. I was supposed to actually view a rental home while we were there just for like shits and giggles. And so we drove past that, but it was canceled actually last minute because they got a lease on it right before I was there, which sucked because this was like the perfect property. The universe being like, hold up, girl. Youngsville, we went and got coffee. We drove around, drove through Wake Forest again. I drove through Rollsville. So if you're not from this area, you're probably like, what are all these names? I drove through Rollsville, which is where I used to live when we lived there. We basically lived, we had a Raleigh address, but we were in Rolls, like right on the border, literally, like the next street over was Rollsville. I was always in Rollsville and I loved it, and it was super small, and they're building it up like crazy. Like they just like literally deleted hundreds of thousands of trees and put in like a Publix and all this other stuff, which could be cool if you lived there, but it was just so crazy to see this like huge parking lot and huge store instead of like hundreds of trees, which is what we love about the Raleigh area. And then they were just putting up tons of stuff in Rollsville. It was crazy. And then like where I used to live in the area was so built up. They again deleted a bunch of trees over there too and put up like a huge subdivision as well as like a giant gas station, like a Sheetz. Yeah, they like changed the roads there. Like I literally couldn't get out the way that I used to drive all the time. You can no longer drive that way. And it was so busy and there was so many cars and so much construction. I was devastated. Honestly, I was like, I don't like this. This isn't what I liked about Raleigh. Now, I will say the neighborhood we lived in wasn't a neighborhood we would purchase in or want to be in long term anyway. It was just a little bit more subdivision-y than we would prefer. So it's not like I was like worried about that, but I was pretty sad about how Rollsville was looking, and I feel like Youngsville is kind of being ripped up like that a little bit too, because the Raleigh area is growing so much, and like the west side I feel like is pretty much done. Like Cary, Morrisville, all of that area isn't really going to be built up anymore because it's built up. Whereas like the east northeast side that I love is like being built up. So I'm having conflicting feelings about it because I love Wake Forest. If you plastered me in downtown Wake Forest, happy as a clam, feel perfect, feel like I'm in the best place in the universe for myself. But there were other pockets that I not only didn't like, I was like, I hate this. Like if I lived here, I would not come here. Which there's areas here that I'm like that. I'm like that with like downtown, like Schaumburg, like where the mall is and stuff. I literally drive a half an hour the opposite way to go to Whole Foods and Trader Joe's because I don't want to go over by the mall. But I think I had Raleigh on this like pedestal in my head, even though I was telling myself it's not perfect. I think I still kind of had it more on a pedestal than maybe it needed to be. But yeah, the parts that I love. And like we spent the day on the west side, like in Morrisville near the airport because there was like tornado warnings and stuff, tornado watches. So we wanted to be near the airport. So we kind of lost the whole day. Yep. Okay, you can chill. I'll be down in just a second. And that was beautiful and loved it over there. It just was like a weird day so I just feel like the trip was hard. Like the bookends of it were stressful for me. The end was very stressful. We had like a terrible flight out. It was very scary. People were like screaming on the plane because they were afraid. Not screaming. The lady next to me literally was like, is the plane going down? Like, so like it wasn't just me. It was pretty bad going up and for a little while, and our flight was delayed like a while, so people were super angry. It was like a whole thing. And then it was just stressful once we got back to O'Hare too. So I just feel like the whole last day was just filled with stress between like tornado watches. So it's hard because I feel like I came home and I was like, I hate everything. Like this is terrible. I don't love it. But I feel like since, you know, it's been about a week now, a little over a week since I've been there and I can like think about it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm annoyed because I thought that this trip was going to give me like a full send on Raleigh, and instead I feel just as confused. I feel just as confused as before. It was also very strange going with my sister-in-law. Like we had the best time ever, but thinking about the fact like I love it here, it's great here, she loves it there too, but she would never move there. The idea of like not having her, and then my other sister-in-law I'm also pretty close to, I just don't see her as often. She's in like the Madison area, and the girls are so close to their aunts. It was just hard being there with her because I think I was like having such a great time with her, but then I was like, I wouldn't be getting this frequently. Like it would only be when she came to visit, which would be fine. Like we could figure it out, and I would need to make friends there either way and get some sort of support system anywhere. Like we don't have friends here either. Like the only thing is we have Ben's family, so we at least have someone, but we don't have friends here. So the friends thing is an issue no matter where we move. Here, Raleigh, Madison, and literally anywhere. I feel like I came home just as confused, or just as unsure, I should say, about everything, and that made me like really angry because I thought that I would be like ready to go. Like I thought that I would be like, let's literally move this year, and now I feel like I'm still confused. I still think if you look at it as a whole, I still think the like Raleigh, North Carolina area has more of what we're looking for as far as like quality of life. Not only like price, but just like what we like. We like a lot of trees, we like a lot of nature, we like the idea of being close to nature. Obviously I hate flying, so does Benjamin, so like the opportunity to be able to drive to a lot of places like up and down the East Coast we could easily do within like a day, versus like living here in the Midwest. To drive anywhere besides the Midwest takes a really long time, so we feel kind of like stuck, which would be fine if we loved it here, but we don't. So yeah, I just honestly, I'm just as confused, if not more. Sorry, I'm like playing with this plastic thing. So we're just taking that as like slowing it down. We like this rental house. Our landlord doesn't have us on a lease. He's very chill so far with everything. So like he understands that we would like to purchase at some point, or like leave at some point. Obviously staying here too, we have help. Continuing to just like be grateful for that and utilize that while we have it. Because even if we moved to Madison, I wouldn't have the same amount of help. Like, so I'm really focusing on like my health. I want to get back into like really working out, taking care of my body, losing weight. Ben has some health issues going on. We're obviously paying down debt. So we're kind of going to focus on those things, staying where we are and just like making where we are comfortable. Ben and I are very much like signs people. Like we have a sign, or like the universe of God is like pulling us somewhere. And I just feel like right now, because we're both so conflicted on literally every option that we have, we're like, is there an option that we don't know about? So we're just taking a step back, continuing to, which is what we were already planning to do this year, but going to Raleigh I was hoping would like give me a little bit more 100% knowledge, and I feel like it really didn't. It opened my eyes in certain ways to like the imperfections of the area that maybe I was glossing over because I haven't been there in a few years, but it also just reminded me of like how at home I feel there, how much more the lifestyle fits me. Like when we went for walks and stuff, it's just different. Like Illinois, especially where I live, even if you like drive an hour or so from here, every place you go to walk, you hear cars, there's constantly road noise, there's constantly air pollution because it's just like a bigger area. Wisconsin we're still like open to, but I don't really want to go any north of Madison. But then when we look at Madison, the homes that we can get for rent are worse than what we can get here. And purchasing, there's really not many options for what we're looking for. And because we're not really willing to just like move into, some people would tell you just to like move into a home if you can afford it. I have zero interest in doing that. I have no problem renting. Yeah, I just feel like right now we're staying put and continuing to figure out what we want to do, where we want to go, kind of just like letting things fall as they will. We're very lucky that my husband works remotely. He has a great job. I am able to be a stay-at-home mom. We've paid off $36,000 worth of debt already, which is great. We're doing really well. That was my very long-winded story about Raleigh. I don't know how much of this I'll keep in, but felt great to be there, but also felt confusing to be there. I'm also curious, have you seen these like clear protein drinks? Lightly shake before drinking. I don't know how I feel about this. Should I try it? That's so weird to me. Like it tastes like strawberry lemonade, but there's like literally whey in this. Okay, back a few minutes later. Have I told you guys that I want to start like my own little at-home bakery? That's my newest thing with all the time that I have, you know? Probably not. Anyways, let's take this girl out. Beautiful. Here's this pretty girl. Beautiful. Oh well. Hey friends, it's Saturday. I'm talking quietly because both babies are asleep right now. One of them is on the couch right in front of me. Benjamin is at an appointment right now. We had a good little morning. I'll put up some clips on the side of me here from our morning. Very quick. I didn't actually take that many clips now that I think about it, but we went to this cute little garden center that had a coffee shop on the inside that I've always wanted to go to, so we did that. And I got I think it's chantilly cake latte. It was super good. Then we went to a antique store. We were gonna go to another antique store, but decided not to. Sometimes Ben and I don't know if you guys are like this, I get like headaches at antique stores, and I don't know if it's just because it's like older stuff, if there's like dust, I'm not sure. But I've just noticed now that I've started going to like vintage stores, a little bit more of like a headache trigger for me, which I know dust is a big trigger for me for my head. So we were gonna go to a second place, but Ben was like, can we go to a bookstore instead? So we went to a bookstore. This was all over by Wheaton, which is an area that we absolutely love. So Ben and I, of course, were talking about just like the things that we love about Wheaton, and we wish we could live there, but it's like way out of our budget. So two of Benjamin's dream cars, literally the exact car. So we were talking about that. Our house is like beautiful and bright right now. because of all the light, because there's actually sun in the Midwest. Still haven't started that like GLP-1. I should be like completely honest, it's not Ozempic, it's not semaglutide or whatever. It's not tirzepatide. I'm taking, I forget what it's called. I'll talk more about it once I've started it. I don't want to like, you know, I don't want it to come off that I'm like promoting this stuff because I have literally no idea. I've actually had multiple GLP-1 companies reach out to me on TikTok, but you have to make like one video a month at least promoting their stuff. And I'm like, I don't even know if I like this stuff. Like I don't want to promote it yet, you know? So I'm doing it through my doctor. Plus I trust her, so I don't know. I have it in my fridge. I've had it in my fridge now for a week. Anyway, we'll see. I'm hoping that it works. I'm not planning to be on it forever. I know a lot of people stay on it for long term. My doctor and she does not really want me on it for more than 6 months. We'll see what happens. But we kind of just want to use it to like kickstart and like get things going. And I just keep dreaming of feeling less uncomfortable in my body and feeling like I have a little bit more energy. Definitely I'm going to focus on working out. We have to clean out the gym area because it's been too cold to use it anyways. Good morning, it's Sunday. Not really sure what we're doing today. The girls are upstairs playing. Ben is doing something upstairs. I'm cleaning like a fiend. I'm also gonna feed my sourdough starter so that I can make a new loaf tomorrow. Today I need to come up with what I'm going to make for the week as far as like food goes. I usually come up with my grocery list as well as put in a grocery order. Right now that just works better for me to, what's happening here? To go and get an order instead of like bringing the girls into the store. So we might be going somewhere this morning, but we haven't really come up with a plan yet. I just do 1-1-1, so I have 150 grams of starter. So I'm gonna do 150 grams of bread flour. I really like this brand. 150 grams of water. I just use water from our tank. You're supposed to use filtered water. So we just have that with our little AquaTrue thing. So I just use some of that. Okay, well, a little too much water, but it'll be fine. So ended up giving a loaf to our family. I don't really know how they felt about it because they didn't tell me. We might start like giving loaves to neighbors, so we'll see. Back in the same place as always. I don't even know if you can hear me over the air fryer, so I'll just say that it's now dinner time and I'm making the girls some food and myself and Benjamin. So I did not film the rest of the day. We went up to Geneva for a little while, and honestly the girls have just kind of been in a weird mood today. Thanks for watching. I'll end this out with me making some dinner, and I'll see you in next week's video, which is gonna be fun. We have a lot planned, a lot going on.